And welcome back. Joining us now on Sunday Sit Down for the very first time, it's the Kansas City Star's new Mizzou Athletics beat writer, Lila Bromberg. Lila, how's your time in Columbia going so far?
It's been good. Been here for about a month so far. Still trying to, get settled in, but liking it a lot so far.
Well, thanks for coming on the show. Can you tell us a little about where you're from, where you went to school, and how you ended up covering the Tigers?
Yeah, thank you for having me. I am from the Washington, D.C. area. I grew up about 5 minutes from D.C. and graduated from the University of Maryland in May, and, was over the summer working for Sports Illustrated and then was in Tokyo at the Olympics. Worked for a couple of those places, was with Yahoo Sports as well and USA Today Sports, and decided to come here to Missouri and join the Kansas City Star to cover Mizzou, so enjoying it a lot so far.
Wow, that is a lot more than I've been doing in the last couple of months. So from Tokyo to Columbia and now covering the Tiger football team. Mizzou playing Texas A&M on Saturday. It didn't go how Mizzou fans probably wanted it to, but how did you see it for the Tigers on Saturday?
Yeah, I think when you get off to a start like that where you have the interception and 2 interceptions early and you just get off to, letting a team go up 21-0 with still 5 minutes left or so in the first quarter, it's really hard to dig out of that hole. And I think that's kind of been a theme we've seen so far of just kind of these slow starts and not really coming out great. So I think that was the biggest thing that stood out to me. I think going into this game, I didn't necessarily think that Mizzou was going to win it, just given how Texas A&M looked last week. But, to go down 21-0, it was more than just Texas A&M being better with just penalties and turnovers. There's a lot of self-inflicted errors, and I think that was the biggest thing that stood out to me. Yeah,
I believe a season-high 13 penalties. Would you say this was better than the Tennessee game? Is it, a step forward? I know they're both bad, but was it, you think the Tennessee game was the rock-bottom game, or was this?
I think this was better than the Tennessee game just because they didn't let it get as out of hand. And I think sitting in the press box, we were kind of expecting it to a little bit once you go down 21-0 after allowing as many points as they did to Tennessee. So I think that's kind of a positive side in that they didn't let it get completely out of control. But, neither are pretty losses or, kind of, I think, what the Mizzou fan base was expecting going into the season.
Well, it seems Eli Drinkwitz always wears his emotions on his sleeve. It was no different after the game, kind of being very candid, saying that Mizzou overachieved last year. You probably got the fan base too excited heading into this year. Are you surprised with the honesty from the head football coach?
I don't know if surprised, maybe like to the length he was of kind of saying that maybe he got the fan base too excited or riled up and kind of things like that. I recently, at Maryland was covering a program that I was also covering a head coach in his first and second year, and there is a building process, and I think coaches do tend to kind of be, try and be honest about that when it's not going well. I was a bit surprised by the honesty in terms of kind of some of the recruiting things he said and how big this week was for recruiting. And you could kind of tell he's frustrated with kind of the talent in the locker room right now. I was a bit surprised that he led on to that.
Well, Mizzou's at 3-4 right now. They got to get to 6 wins if they want to reach a bowl game. Got the bye week coming up and then playing at Vanderbilt. Do you see 3 more wins on this schedule for Mizzou, or is this going to be potentially a year that they miss out on postseason play?
Yeah, I honestly don't think they're going to be making a bowl game. You have Vanderbilt and South Carolina as the 2 games that should be winnable left on the schedule. But then you have a game against Georgia that, there's no way they're beating Georgia. That's just completely out of the question. And then you have games against Arkansas and Florida, and I don't see them beating either of those teams either. Both those teams have had really good wins, have both been ranked at points throughout this season. I think Texas A&M was probably the game that they could have won out of the ranked games left on the schedule. So I think it's going to be really tough to, be able to pull off one of those wins with just the way the defense has been, just all the struggles all around. Maybe they pull off a huge upset, but I think more likely than not, they're not going to be playing a bowl game this season.
Well, perhaps even more important than a bowl game this year for Mizzou fans is getting Luther Burden. It's Luther Burden Day on Tuesday. That's what I'm calling it. Where the 5-star recruit from East St. Louis is going to either commit to Mizzou, Georgia, or Alabama. At least so we think. Lila, what do you think Mizzou's chances are of getting Luther Burden? And if they were to get him, how important is that for Coach Drinkwitz moving forward with this program?
They do have the advantage of being the only program he's considering that is close to home, and so I know they'll use that to his advantage, and I'm sure that Drinkwitz has said over and over again to him that he has his chance to be his hometown hero, and that'll play a factor. It's hard to gauge kind of where he's at. I've heard just from people who've kind of been around the situation or kind of know people around the situation that they think that Mizzou might have a better chance than people think. But, I mean, it's really hard to go up against a program that is known for getting guys into the league like you have in Georgia and Alabama. So it's going to be interesting to see, but that's the type of recruit that really does change the trajectory of something. You know, if you were to have him and Sam Horn for that class, it's then going to help you out with getting recruits for the rest of the class. But I think people also need to understand once you get these recruits in, it is going to take time to develop and to get those guys into the system. But I think that would be a huge, you know, momentum for this program, and it would really help on the recruiting trail moving forward to have a guy like that.
Well, we hope to have you on the show moving forward. We're really excited to have you here in Columbia. Lila Bromberg, the new Mizzou Athletics beat reporter for the Kansas City Star. You're doing a great job so far, and looking forward to reading more of your work.
Thanks for having me.
All right, we'll be right back after this.